How's it going, guys? Rybread here today, and we're about to start round one of the Stanley Cup playoffs after season number 4. If you guys remember in the last video, we went ahead and snuck into the playoffs with the win over Ottawa in the final game of the season. I made a couple trades in the last video, some bigger names moving around. We're going to clear up some cap space, and we got some younger players too. So I'm hoping to get out of the first round. I know we're playing the Penguins, and I know they're pretty good. So if we can make it past the first round, I'll be happy with this season. Obviously, I want to win the Stanley Cup, but we're going to curb expectations a little bit after all the Kane drama messed with our season. So I'm hoping to get out of the first round, or at least give the Penguins a scare, because I don't think we've got the kind of team that's going to make it far enough in the playoffs. So we're going to go ahead here and check out the lines. I did make some line changes for us. If you guys remember, we traded for Mitch Marner, and he got hurt. So that means we have to move David Backes up to the second line. Our first line is pretty consistent. Okposo, Eichel, and Reinhart. Second line is Roslovic, O'Reilly, and Backes. That's a pretty two-way forward-ish line. Everyone can score, though, so we got some good defense here on that second line. On the third line, there's another piece that we traded for, Michael Delkai. He had a really bad season after we traded for him. I think he only got 4 points in the last 20 games, so that was kind of disappointing. But as you can see there, he's got the individual stats to do stuff. We also got Gergensons there as center on the third line, and then Alex Nylander, who actually had a really good rookie season. Let's go ahead and check out his stats. He had 8 goals and 35 assists, so he had 43 points. And don't forget, guys, we had him on the fourth and third line for most of the season, so it's not even like he was playing on the second line or even the first line. He probably would have had way more points. But hopefully Nylander can spark Delcale, because Nylander gets a lot of assists because his passing's up at 94 and his puck control's up at 95, offensive awareness up at 93. He's not going to score a lot. His shooting category is only at 3 stars, but Nylander is kind of the perfect playmaker. He's got puck skills, skating, and senses. So hopefully he'll develop a little bit more in the offseason. But on the fourth line, we had to call up Carrier since Mitch Marner got hurt, Foligno, and Baptiste. So we got a pretty physical line here. I know Carrier is listed as a sniper, but he's got a decent physical category. His defensive awareness isn't the worst in the world, but I feel like our fourth line is going to be a good checking line. As far as defense is concerned, guys, nothing here has really changed since the draft at the beginning of the season. Cam Fowler and Risto are still on that top pairing. We still have Bean and Kulikov on the second pairing, and then McCabe and Cal Foote, who actually had a really good first full season with us. Last year we called him up for a couple games. He had 2 points, but this year he actually had 7 goals and 19 assists in 82 games, but he was a minus 21. That's why I have him with the defensive defenseman Jake McCabe. McCabe was a minus 13, unfortunately. I mean, we had a rough patch to start the season, so Jake Bean was a plus. Dmitry Kulikov probably was also a plus, so maybe we want to split these two guys up. Maybe move Cal Foote up here, but I don't want to mess with the ice time. Risto and Fowler probably both had a plus. So it was our third defensive pairing that kind of dropped the ball. Their defensive category is not bad, so I'm not sure why they got a whole bunch of minuses. Probably because they're playing with these lower lines, and we struggled a little bit figuring out what we wanted to do with the lower lines. So we're going to go to our special teams. I did make some changes here. The first line is pretty much the same as it's always been. But on the second line here, I have Nylander, O'Reilly, and Delcale. I think Delcale can pick it up if I give him a little bit more ice time. Here we go. I needed to make this change. I forgot to make this change. Cam Fowler is going to be playing alongside David Backes. And then up here, we're going to put Jack Roslovic on the point. Hopefully these save. I don't know if me changing it in here saves or not. And then on the penalty kill, David Backes has gotten a giant spike in ice time just because of me setting the lines instead of the computer. Now it's Backes and Gergensons as our first defensive pairing, because Backes, even though he's got a 4-star defensive category, they're 84 defensive awareness, 84 faceoffs, 85 shot blocking, and 88 stick checking. And then his physical category is really good as well. It's a little bit better than Gergensons. That's why I have him at centers, because of his faceoffs. And then obviously Ryan O'Reilly and then Jack Roslovic. Roslovic's defensive category could be better, but he's got 88 awareness and 91 stick checking, so that should do us just fine on the penalty kill. As far as goalies are concerned, we have Matt Murray and Chad Johnson. So Matt Murray's going up against his former team. He had an all-right season. I'd like to see him have like a really good season, but after that second season, I think it was, that we traded for him, he went ahead and he's been pretty consistent, not quite as good. So I'd like to see him get back up to this kind of form for us, because I think that would be huge if it did. So we'll go ahead here and check out the Penguins lines. Obviously, their first line is going to be stacked at 96 overall Crosby. Then they have Kessel and Hornquist. Their second line is pretty good. Evgeny Malkin centering Hagelin and Sprong. So I think we have the advantage here in wingers, but obviously like their center core is just filthy. I mean, these top two centers, I mean, that's how it's always been with the Penguins, though. I think Backes can his physicality can handle Hagelin. He's a sniper, and they've got two snipers with the playmaker, but we've got a power forward with two two-way forwards. So I think we'll be able to just handle that just fine. Third line here is a pretty good third line. Kuhnhackl, Rust, and Delorier. If you guys remember, I cut Delorier just because I didn't think he was necessary on this team. He's a grinder with two two-way forwards, so that's a pretty defensive third line. And then they also have Matt Molson, Jake Gensel, and Oskar Sundqvist. So that's an offensive fourth line, but not a lot of great players down here. I mean, Matt Molson, you guys remember how he was when he was here, and he's only gotten worse. So Jake Gensel and Oskar Sundqvist are also guys that, I'm a little bit worried about. But I definitely think our really defensive and physical fourth line can handle this team. Defensively, they have a defensive pairing, number one, just like ours, 87 and 91, Chris Letang. I know Risto's only a 90. Second defensive pairing is where they drop off. Derek Pouliot at 85 and Percy at 82, Stuart Percy. We have Jake Bean up here at an 84. And then their third defensive pairing is pretty bad with Eric Gustafsson and Bankston. Cal Foot's an 82 and Jake McCabe's an 83. So we definitely have the better third defensive pairing. So if I'm looking at it, it's probably going to be an offensive series. If our defense can step up and prove that they're quality and they're star caliber players, I definitely think we might be able to squeak out of this series, in 6 or 7. As far as goaltending is concerned, I'm pretty sure, they still have Fleury, but then they have Leonard backing him up. So 87 overall Fleury, 86 overall Leonard. We have 86 overall Murray and 84 overall Johnson. But yeah, I definitely think we have the offense to get around this Pittsburgh defense. It's just the question is, do we have the defense to stop this Pittsburgh offense? So, game 1 is up next, and I honestly, like I said earlier in the video, I'm okay with not making it past the first round as long as we have a good showing. I don't want to get swept, and I don't want to get blown out every game. But I definitely think, with the way that we made the playoff push, I definitely think that we have a good shot of winning a couple games here in this first round and maybe squeaking onto the second round. Trying to curb expectations. Obviously, I want to win the Stanley Cup, but I think that next year would be our year because with the whole Kane drama, the whole locker room chemistry got screwed up, and that just really put a wrench in our season. But with Kane gone and the drama out of the locker room, we faced our adversity. Let's go ahead and start simulating game number 1. If we could get off to a quick start, that'd be great. Let's go ahead and see if we can do it. First period. Okay, and then Baptiste answers after Gino scores on Chad Johnson. Wait, why is Chad Johnson in net? Oh my God, are you kidding me? What the hell just happened? Why would the computer ever put Chad Johnson? I'm just gonna ignore it for now. All right, it's 1-1. Second period, and then Carrier. That fourth line is, like I said, guys. I thought our fourth line could bully their fourth line. And that's apparently where we're getting all of our scoring. The Penguins are severely outshooting us, so Chad Johnson is playing actually pretty well. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and sim the third period here. Come on, if we can get an insurance marker, I'd feel a lot more confident. Oh, come on, power play. Come on. Oh, after all those changes I made. Okay, we're catching up in shots, so that's good. That means we got the puck in there, and 10 minutes left. 8 minutes. 7 minutes. Oh, come on. They got the power play. Oh, Phil Kessel scores on the power play. They've got too much firepower. You can't give them a power play. 1 minute, and we're going into overtime. But we did catch up in shot, guys. But definitely we want to stay out of the penalty box. I mean, I think their first Power play line is Kessel, Crosby, and Malkin. So that's definitely not a line you want to put out on the ice very often. But come on, I need to see my first line step up. I need Jack Eichel or Kyle Okposo or even David Backes, the guy we acquired from Boston, to step up for us. Come on, it's been all fourth line in this game. We're on the power play. Come on. Oh, we can't capitalize in overtime, and there it is. David Backes scores in overtime on Marc-Andre Fleury. So there we go, guys. I called out the top two lines, and David Backes goes ahead and steps up for us. So let's go ahead and check out the stats. Who did what? Points-wise, Cam Fowler had 2 assists. Backes had a goal. Baptiste had a goal. And Carrier had a goal. O'Reilly and Risto also got assists. So not a lot of points being spread out, but was anybody a minus player? No, nobody was a minus player, so that's good. And Murray had a good game too. Let's see, shot summary. Yeah, they had 34 shots. He only allowed 2 goals. So, or wait, it wasn't Matt Murray, was it? It was actually Chad Johnson. Oh God, I gotta look at that. Yeah, wait. Matt Murray. Did they pull Chad Johnson? What the? I don't know why Matt Murray played or why Chad Johnson played, but either way, if they're gonna, split periods like it's Pee Wee hockey, I'm fine as long as we get the win. We took game 1, guys. Let's go ahead and simulate up to game 2 here. I'm actually surprised we took that game. It's a close 3-2 game. We were able to keep only let Pittsburgh score 2 goals on us, and we were able to beat them in overtime. So we'll go ahead. Actually, wait a second. I want to go check out the goalie situation. Is Matt Murray technically the starter, or is it Chad Johnson? Like, did they just rest Matt Murray just because, or? Oh, come on. Yeah, no, Matt Murray is the starter, so I'm kind of confused there. And I want to see if my special teams, yeah, putting Jack Roslovic on that point did stay. So that's nice to know that I can just do that from in there. And look at our locker room chemistry went up by 2% for winning that game. So the better the locker room chemistry, the better we're going to perform. I think this is a pretty good roster. If we beat the Penguins, I'll be a little bit more confident, but we got to take it a game at a time. Let's just start with this period. First period, come on. Oh, ouch. Okay, yeah, this is what I was worried about. This big explosion offense that Pittsburgh can, that they can dish out. Dumoulin, Rust, and Murray. So we're not letting any of their top guys score, but we're getting beat by that third line and a defenseman. Come on, answer back, Buffalo. Second period. There we go. Del Calle and Ryan O'Reilly gets it to a 1-goal game. That's huge. If, maybe 1 goal, I'm not feeling quite as confident, but I think we can still come back in this game. Guys like Jack Eichel or Reinhart or Okposo need to step up. I haven't seen their name on the score sheet. Our first line, there it is, Kyle Okposo. I got to start calling people out more often. But yeah, I definitely think our first line, it's going to be a battle with that, oh, come on, power play. We let it slip through our fingers. It's going to be a battle between the first lines. Let's go 8 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Oh, is anybody going to score late? 3, 2, 1, and we're going into overtime for 2 straight games. Shots are even, goals are even. We're going into the overtime period. David Backes, Jack Roslovic, Ryan O'Reilly, are you guys going to step up and be heroes again? Or are you going to let Gino and Sidney Crosby steal the show here in Pittsburgh? Let's go. Real-time simulation. Oh, you can't give them a power play? Oh, but we killed it off, thank God. Penalty kill. And there it is. Kyle Okposo scores in overtime again. That's 2 straight overtime wins for us. Oh my God. I'm like, I can't get too excited though. I don't want to, get too hyped and then not be able to have, get so excited that I can't, that I start getting mad again. Let's go ahead and check out the stats from that game. Okposo had 2 goals. Reinhart assisted 2. Eichel had a point too, so that first line stepped up. Backes had an assist. Del Calle scored, which is nice. Foote had an assist. Nylander had an assist. O'Reilly had a goal, and Roslovic had an assist. As far as goaltending is concerned, Matt Murray was pulled after the first period, and Chad Johnson stepped up for us. I don't know, guys. Maybe Chad Johnson should be the starter. I don't know. It's kind of weird to say, but definitely something that I'm looking at. Matt Murray got lit up, although he did make 7-7 saves last game, but he only made two saves on 5 shots. So I don't know. Maybe we put Chad Johnson in goal if the series starts to turn sour. Game number 3 here in Buffalo. We'll go ahead and simulate up to it. We got home ice advantage now. So hopefully the crowd at I think it's KeyBank Center now. I keep wanting to call it First Niagara Center. It's changed a couple times. So at KeyBank Center, it's gonna be loud and raucous. They're all gonna be booing Crosby because of the goal he slid through the 5-hole of Miller in the Olympics a couple years. I think it was 2010. Sabres fans were not happy about that. So let's see. Can we take our revenge here in Buffalo? Let's go. First period. And nobody scored. So 13 shots for us, 9 shots for them, excuse me. So not a bad first period. I'm okay with nothing. I'd like to get the lead. I'd like to have a +1 second period. Can we do it? Second period. And it's tied again going into the third period. Wow. So we have 25 shots to their 17. Let's go ahead and get this third period, the puck drop. Oh, and Daniel Sprong on that second line goes ahead and fires one in from the point. Oh, we can't be giving them power plays, and we got to come back. Come on, somebody step up. We can't lose our first game in Buffalo. We can take a stranglehold on this series. We can't let them get back into it. Oh, somebody with a late goal. Jack Eichel, come on. Oh, and then Russ nets the empty netter. So, 2-0 shutout loss. I can't really blame Matt Murray. If you don't score, you're never going to win. So he only let in 1 goal on like 27 shots, I think would be his stat line. I'm not even going to bother checking out our stats because we didn't have any stats. We didn't do jack shit that game. We got shut out on home ice and let Pittsburgh crawl back into the picture here. Regular season has ended for the AHL. Did they make the playoffs? And yes, they did. Looks like they are going to play the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. So we are playing the Pittsburgh Penguins, and our AHL affiliate is playing their AHL affiliate. So it's actually kind of a fun matchup here, both AHL and NHL. But come on, let's take this game. Let's take a 3-1 series lead. That would be huge for us. I don't want to let Pittsburgh crawl back into this and get some more life because we were up 2-0. We need to take a 3-1 lead at least because we have home ice advantage now. Come on. Let's go. Let's take it in this period. Let's have an explosion of offense in this period. First period. And O'Reilly scores, but Sundqvist answers merely 2 minutes later. All right, so not bad. At least we're scoring again. It's nice to see that we put the puck in the back of the net. We're not going to get shut out for 4 straight periods, just those 3 last game. All right, come on. Let's have an even better second period. I want a plus goal differential in this period. Let's go. Second period. Okay, and it's even. Slightly outshooting the Penguins, but it's still 1-1. So this has been a pretty exciting series to watch. Every game has been relatively close, and there it is. Sam Reinhart from the slot. He was upset with his current play, but there he goes and nets one on Marc-Andre Fleury. Now, come on, can we shut the door? Can our defense step up? Risto, Cam Fowler. Oh, we got the power play. Oh, we could have netted an insurance marker. We only got 5 left, 4 left, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1.5. Oh, and Jack Eichel scores on Marc-Andre Fleury on the power play, and then Sam Reinhart nets another one. Ooh, that's a good explosion there to seal the deal. Jack Eichel, I think, maybe scored on the power play, and then Sam Reinhart netted an empty netter. So a 4-1 win. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Us getting insurance goals. I know it was a little bit late, but shots were even, so Matt Murray stepped up for us and closed the door when we needed him most. Let's go ahead here and check out the points. So Jack Eichel actually had 3 points, a goal and 2 assists. He probably assisted on both of Reinhardt's goals. Ristolainen got 2 assists. Roslovic got 2 assists. So maybe, these 2 guys, Eichel and Reinhardt, had power play goals. So that's probably where Ristolainen and Roslovic got their assist, was on the power play. It's nice to see the power play step up. Ryan O'Reilly had a goal. Wow. 3 hits as well. I don't think hits really matter. But Fowler and, hey, look at McCabe actually got a point. So we're up 3-1 in this series against Pittsburgh. Who are the 3 stars? Probably Matt Murray. Yeah, he made 27 saves on 28 shots. Helped us close the door there at the end. Eichel and Reinhart, that first line stepped up. Actually, just those 2 guys. I don't think Okposo got a point. So it was just Eichel and Reinhart playing off each other. Let's go. We're back in Pittsburgh. We can close it out here. Take it in 5 games. hold a team meeting. Let's see. What do I want to do? Is anybody trending downwards? No? Is anybody upset? Not really. I just want to tailor my team meeting. We'll go calming here. Marner, Bean, and Johnson. And wow, that didn't do well for a lot of the team. So that's unfortunate. I thought I might have been able to get Jack Eichel, but perhaps he's motivating. I don't know. The player meetings and stuff are just kind of confusing in this game. And, you know, I hate how, like, half the team will like your response and then maybe your like, if you want the entire team to like you, and then your one-star player doesn't like you, like we saw that last year with Kane and Eichel. Like, the entire team loved when I did demanding, except for those two guys, and I don't want to ruin their morale. Come on, guys. Enough about the player meeting. Let's go ahead and take game number 5 and take this series in a 4-1 gentleman's sweep. Let's go here. We're back in Pittsburgh. I think, is it... it's like PPG Paints Arena now, and not Console Energy Center. I think it's rocking. They don't want to see their team go. Crosby's going to step up here probably. So Jack Eichel, can you answer the bell? First period, and it's tied. This has been such an even series, and that's what I like to see. Like, if we can hang with this Pittsburgh team, I don't think this Pittsburgh team would have won the Stanley Cup, but I definitely think it would make some noise in the playoffs, and depending on matchups, who knows? Because our team is hitting its stride at the right time, so... I don't want to speak too soon, though. We still got 2 more periods, you know, in this pivotal game here. Can we snatch it? Can we just go for the jugular here in the second period? Let's see. And Jake Bean scores on Marc-Andre Fleury. So Jake Bean gets a goal there. That's huge for us. Third period, we got a 1-goal lead. Come on, Matt Murray, I'm calling on you. Shut the never mind. Phil Kessel scores on Matt Murray to tie it up. The Penguins are pouring shots on, but we got a power play. Come on, boys. We let it slip through our fingers. 10 minutes left in the period. We're halfway through. Somebody net one. Come on, somebody step up. I don't know if I want to go to overtime. Oh, come on, somebody put a shot on goal. Come on, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and we're going to overtime. This is the 3rd overtime game in Pittsburgh. This is the 3rd game in Pittsburgh, and all of them have been in overtime. And all the other 2 have been Buffalo wins. Can we keep that stretch up? Can we continue being clutch? Come on, first line. Come on, Poso. I haven't seen your name on the score sheet in a while. Let's go. Overtime period. Ooh, we're putting some shots on. 16 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay, we're almost halfway through the overtime period. Shots are going back and forth. Oh, come on. Somebody step up. Power play. We need to end here. Oh, we can't end it. But Kyle Okposo, I call him out, and he scores in overtime shortly after the power play. And we're going on to the second round, guys. There we go. Wow. So a 4-1 win over the Penguins in the series. We'll go ahead and check out the stats. Who did what? Maybe Jack Eichel and Sam Reinhart got a point. So Bean actually and Carrier got an assist, so I don't know where Carrier got his assist, but Reinhart and Eichel assisted on Okposo's goal, and I would like to say Carrier. Oh yeah, Carrier plays on the 4th line there, and Bean probably scored while playing with the 4th line. Wow, Bean had 5 shots. Sam Reinhart had 6. Wow. Anybody was a minus player? Fowler and Risto. Okay, that's fine. I'm not too upset about that. But let's see, goaltending. Matt Murray with a 38 save performance for us, .82 goal against average, and we're on to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. God, I was not expecting to beat Pittsburgh 4-1. I think we would play either Toronto or Columbus next, maybe, or I don't know. We'll go ahead, hold a team meeting. Let's see, motivating. Let's try motivating now, just because they didn't like calming. So there we go. But again, those guys, maybe Eichel is demanding now that we traded away Kane. Maybe he likes demanding. Maybe you guys were right about the whole he's a bad influence on Eichel. I never thought that a player would be an influence on another player as far as what they like to hear as far as the team meeting is concerned. But who knows? Okay, so Toronto advanced to the second round. Islanders swept the Capitals. That's a new one. I was not expecting that. Although this is season 4, but Edmonton's on, and that's it. That's the only team from the Western Conference to move on. So Eastern Conference is getting a little bit of a rest while the Western Conference goes ahead and dukes it out over there in all going to a Game 6 besides Edmonton. 4-1 for Toronto over Columbus. 4-1 for the Lightning over the Canadiens. 4-1 for Buffalo over Pittsburgh. And 4-0 for the Islanders over the Capitals is how it shook out in the East. Let's go ahead and simulate a game. Are we going to move on? No. The Coyotes. Wow, wait, what? The Coyotes are in the playoffs? Wow, good for them. I'll have to check out their roster at some point and just see how they are. Because it's kind of nice to see other teams do a decent rebuild, like teams that don't really have a ton of assets rebuild. Like Toronto has plenty of assets. They've got Austin Matthews, they had Mitch Marner, they have William Nylander, Morgan Riley. They got so many assets, so they should be good at this point. But Coyotes, I mean, they've got some decent prospects. I mean, maybe they snuck in the wild card, but who knows? Let's go ahead and simulate up here and see who we'll be taking on in the second round. So the Ducks close it out 4-2 over Calgary, and the Wild close it out over the Predators 4-2. And who's going to win? Is Arizona going to advance to the second round? And no, they lose in a Game 7 to St. Louis, but we have to play the Islanders, the team that just swept the Washington Capitals. So that's pretty scary. We'll go ahead and check out our player stats here in our first round of the playoffs in our 5 games. Who did what? There it is. Jack Eichel had 5 points. Reinhart also had 5 points, so these guys were point per game. Roslow had 3. Nice to see Roslow stepping up for us. Cam Fowler also had 3. Okposo had 3 goals, so there we go. He's the goal scorer on the first line. O'Reilly had 2 goals and an assist. Ristolainen had 3 points, 3 assists. Carrier actually on that fourth line had a goal and assist. Same thing with Backes, but he's on the second line. Cal Foote had an assist. Bean had an assist. McCabe had an assist. Bean had a goal, excuse me. Nylander had an assist. Baptiste had a goal. Ducale had a goal. Good for him. Gergensons and these guys down here are the ones that were kept off the score sheet. So Gergensons, Foligno, and Kulikov. And then goaltending-wise, Chad Johnson was actually playing for a little bit, so I'm kind of confused about that. But both our goalies had really good performances. I mean, I know it looks like Chad Johnson's the better goalie right now, but I'm not going to pull Matt Murray because, he didn't play poorly whatsoever. So there it is, guys. We are playing the New York Islanders next round of the playoffs. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to stay up to date on my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you guys have any comments or anything or questions or concerns like regarding the sim here as far as lines go, because I like the lines, but if you guys think I should change something on the lines, go ahead and let me know. And if you guys want to see me start a new series of some other game, I just got MLB The Show 17, and that's a fantastic game. If you guys haven't picked that up and you got a PlayStation, highly recommend you go ahead and do that. But I will see you guys in the next one when we take on the New York Islanders in round number 2.